If you follow the earlier steps, chances are you already have several citations from your secondary sources or an annotated statute. Whoever has given you your assignment might also provide you with cases that you should start with. If so, we move on to the one good case method. If not, we check a digest to try and find a few good cases we can apply this method to. If you're not familiar with digest, make sure to check out our video on that subject. In the one good case method, you will determine which headnotes assigned to a case are relevant to your legal question. Then, you'll use those headnotes to identify other cases that are assigned to the same subject. Once you have a set of cases on point, you'll filter those results by jurisdiction, date, or other relevant terms. Before we get started, let's talk about headnotes. A headnote is a brief summary of a legal rule or a significant fact in a case that precedes the full text opinion. Headnotes help you figure out what legal principles appear in a case and connect you to other cases covering the same legal principles. Headnotes are not primary material. They are secondary material created by Westlaw and Lexis, so you should almost never cite to a headnote. For our purposes, let's assume you have one good case, or even a few good cases. You'll know these cases are good cases because they'll be on point for your issue, help you determine rules and principles to apply to your facts, and cite to authority. You can use these good cases to expand your research and find more cases that apply the same rules to different sets of facts. This option is available to you both in Westlaw and Lexis. Let's walk through how it's done. In Westlaw, we'll pull up a case, Lucy v. Zemmer. Now you'll do this using a simple citation to the case, which we'll assume you found earlier in your research. You could skim the headnotes for relevant points of law. Let's say you like headnote number 4. You can see underneath that there are over 20 other cases related to this legal issue. By clicking on this link, you can assess the other cases exploring it. Once you've done that, you'll want to limit your results by jurisdiction to make sure the cases you're looking at are on point. But what if your one good case is on point, but there's no one great headnote, or all the headnotes are on topic? You can also click on the Citing References tab, which will provide you with all the cases that cite to Lucy v. Zemmer. Again, you'll need to keep in mind that you'll get cases from all jurisdictions, so you have to remember to narrow it down using the tools in the sidebar. Now, let's take a look at the same case in Lexis. Keep in mind that the headnotes and organization will be different in Westlaw and Lexis, so if Westlaw doesn't have a headnote on point, Lexis might, and vice versa. The numbering of headnotes will also not be consistent across platforms, so the headnote closest to the same topic as headnote number 4 in Westlaw is going to be different in Lexis. To access the cases related to this headnote, we'll select Narrow by this headnote. When you click Narrow by this headnote, you get only the cases related to that specific point of law. You can then add additional filters such as jurisdiction on the left-hand side of your screen, just like we did before. Lexis also allows you to look at all the cases that cite to a case. You can do this in Lexis by clicking Shepherdized Document. That will provide you with a list of materials citing to the case. One final time, we'll want to limit by jurisdiction, which you can do here. With each headnote in both services is a map that will indicate where that headnote is located in the digest, which we talked about in our Headnotes and Digest video. You can click on any of the mapped subjects to be taken to the place in the outline where both your current case and other related cases are grouped. Clicking on these relevant links is a great way to find a group of relevant cases. The next step will be to read through the cases you found using this method. If one or several are particularly on point, you can look at the headnotes related to that case and continue branching out in that fashion until you have a relatively clear idea of what rules are relevant and how they can be applied to different sets of facts. If you have questions on this or other subjects, please ask us.